All right. Hello and welcome to Monster Hearts Session 2 of Artemisia Academy. Uh, Left off on a nice note of Finny embracing his serpentine side, and just some good drama building all over. Did anyone else want to do anything that night before we... Actually, we should probably reintroduce ourselves just for the sake of everything. I'm Kyle, he, him. I'll be your master of ceremonies. Uh, Katarina? Oh, I suppose I should go with Joe.
Hold up.
So maybe we should progress on because in the chat, Katarina shared to skip them.
Oh, yeah. In that case, let's go over to you, Gerald.
Sure. Hello. My name is Daryl, and my pronouns are he, him. And today I am playing Phineas Ellenham, who goes by Finny, whose pronouns are also he, him. Phineas is the Serpentine. He is also the son of the headmaster, whose first name I've forgotten, but just imagine him as being Hot Dad Hiram Lodge from Riverdale, and you're probably close. So Phineas is a part of the failing dynasty of the Serpentines and has recently been tasked with bringing in as much secrets and information as he can to restore the family name and restore their political clout. And he's furthermore in a position where he really, really needs to make that happen because his father is threatening to rescind his legacy and give it to his younger brother Ferdinand instead. And that is the last thing that Phineas wants to happen because in addition to his purpose and everything, Ferdinand has a trail of bodies behind him. So that's probably a bad idea. More personally, Finny and Hob shared a very intimate moment last time, and it was not without its complications in and of the fact that I was outed to my father. And while he didn't like take it the worst, he was also just like, this is too low class for you. You need to try harder, which was not what Vinny wanted to hear. So yeah, he's got a whole bunch of familial pressures to deal with, and also his burgeoning feelings for Hob, who is now asking if they're official, if they can define the relationship, and that's a lot of pressure he's under, and so we'll see what happens.
And let's go to Robert, who's playing Hob, who, due to Finny's sex move, is now a honorary part of the dynasty.
Yeah, so I'm Robert, use he, him pronouns. I'm playing as Hob, who also goes by he, him pronouns. Hob is the mortal, and Hob is, he's kind of a, backwater kid from, grew up on a farm and got sent off to school. And I guess when we last saw Hob, he was making life very complicated for Finny. He got in a very bad fight with Katarina helping, I think he got in a fight with Clarence, was it? No, it wasn't Clarence, it was...
Percy.
Percy, yes. Percy, the roided up former nerd. So, yeah, and Katarina was watching, made things very complicated, then made things very complicated for Finny. And yeah, Hob is he's just a sweet boy, but he just makes life so complicated for everybody.
All right, Joe?
Yeah, I'm Joe, they, them. I'm playing Katarina, the Rusalka, she, her. Things are going pretty well for her, I guess. I mean, she helped Hob beat up a jerk. She may have done most of the work. I don't know. Then they made out. It's pretty great. And she's also got like maybe a crazy obsessed fan of hers also in class. Who was it? Eliza? Yeah, it was Eliza. But other than that, things are fine.
All
Everything's
right.
fine.
So we left off on, I believe it was Friday night. Um, Anyone want to do anything that night, or should we cut to the next morning?
I don't know. Does Finny show up?
I don't think Finney shows up. I think you got
How
stood up.
dare you?
I'm sure that I will regret that decision.
Very lucky I'm not a fae.
Oh, speaking of, the player for our Fae character last session can't make this session due to just things getting pretty chaotic at their day job. All right, so who do we think gets up first the next morning?
Probably Finney. I bet he's, I don't know that he slept last night, let's be honest.
All right, and I believe you have that, your room is in the headmaster's house, so you would be probably getting up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And,
so it might be interesting to introduce my little brother Ferdinand.
I was thinking about that. So do you have a particular image in mind for your brother?
Probably like I would say probably if it was possible for like the actor in My Character Keeper to be like slightly younger and like effete looking, that was probably like who it is. Like, and it's one of those things where it's like probably because he's like slightly younger, like he's viewed as like more attractive, even more beautiful. And so of course that doesn't sit right with me.
So I think, yeah, bright and early, you're gonna hear like a knock on your door or something.
I like probably like wrench open the door and I just look down. It's like, what do you want?
Oh, nothing. Just checking in. Heard you got lucky last night. Bet that went great. Heard Dad was just super happy about it.
And then just like, I can't deal with this, Ferdy. I need you to just leave me alone right now.
We don't always get what we need.
Ferdy, I know that you heard what Dad said, but you are not the heir yet. So back off, okay?
Yeah, I think that's a shut someone down.
All right, so I have a cold +1. Let's see how this goes for me. That's an 8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you choose one of those options. But you come across poorly, so he'd get to take a yeah.
And they give a condition on me. Let's see here. I'm gonna give him the condition. Let's see. No, I think I might take a. I think I'll take a. Wait a minute. They have no strings on you. I think I'm gonna give him the condition. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna give him the condition. Let's see here. What's a simple word for like eager to impress? I want to say try hard, but I don't know. I don't know that that's quite the right one. We'll just go with try hard for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suck up.
Suck up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think I'm just like, I don't have time for you to be like sucking up to Dad right now.
Okay. And he's gonna like, that's gonna hit home a bit, just like, and he's gonna respond, like, well, maybe you should suck. If you sucked up a little bit more, you wouldn't be on the verge of losing it all. And I'm gonna give you the condition to sort of, does on the edge sound good?
Yeah, I think that like it's more one of those things where it's like it just he thinks it's funny because it's true, and it like definitely like it raises Finney's hackles even more, and it's just like he's like, I know that you have swim practice. Why don't you go to the pool already and just get out of here? And I like slam the door in his face.
Alrighty. He's gonna. You're gonna hear a annoyed noise, and then just footsteps heading out.
I think I just like get ready for class and like probably head off to like the lacrosse field to go practice.
Cool. I think we talked about this being the weekend now. Is that what we want to do, or would we like to go to make it the next day a school day?
I think I like the idea of it being the weekend, like more time, more ability to get up to get into trouble. And I bet it's like not even like official lacrosse practice. It's just like I'm just gonna go practice.
Makes sense. So, Hob, I think when you find your way down to breakfast, you are gonna run into a classmate by the name of Megumi Tsukino. She's next to you on the classroom chart. Not sure if who added her there, but so what's one thing you like about your classmate here, Hob?
I think Megumi is eager to help me with some of the homework that I'm struggling with.
Makes sense. So I think she's gonna like plop down next to you and be like, "Hey, Hob, saw you getting home kind of late last night. Get up to anything?"
Yeah, I mean, I just, I had, some stuff to catch up with Finny, and just doing some homework.
I bet you did all kinds of catching up with him, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, we had a lot of work to do. Probably still got a lot of work to do, but I think things are going good.
That's great. I've had the feeling you've been, crushing on him for a while now.
Oh, I mean, I don't know that I'd really call it a crush. I mean, I just think he's kind of cute, and I mean, I think lots of people are kind of cute. I mean, you're kind of cute in a certain way. Finny's also kind of cute.
She's gonna go scarlet, just like, I bet that. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna have you roll to turn them on.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. That is a 13.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Choose your option, and you get a string on her.
The NPC chooses.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she's gonna get embarrassed and super awkward and just like, oh, I didn't realize you were going around appreciating everyone. That's just great. We're all cute, and I'm sure it's just gonna go great with you and Finny. I mean, there's not gonna be any awkwardness with his dad being the headmaster. That's gonna go fine, right?
Well, oh, I mean, I think his dad, yeah, he'll be fine. It's, what was the worst that could happen? It's not like they're gonna like kick me out of school or something, Like, I'm pretty sure that's not against the rules. Like, we got a pretty big binder of rules we gotta follow, but I'm pretty sure kissing the headmaster's son is not one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Headmaster Ellenham's always been kind of an asshole, and I don't know, would like you to be with someone willing to stand up to him for you. He wouldn't just shove you out the door when you became inconvenient.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. I think Fanny's got my back. He can keep his dad under control.
So are you using your excuses or your armor right now? Because he did kind of just shove you out, and you're just excusing it all.
Yeah, actually, I think that does work for this. And I think like we ended last episode with Finney or with Hobbs sending Finney this message of are we official? Daryl, do you think Finney ever responded?
He did not.
Yeah, so in that case, I'm definitely going with excuses are my armor because I think Hobb is still, he's talking this up like, oh yeah, of course everything is going good, but he doesn't really know.
All right, nice. And now let's go to Katarina. Do you have swim practice this morning, or?
Sure. Meet up with Ferdinand, no problem. Everything will be fine.
So I think as you head out the front door, you're gonna find Eliza there waiting for you with just like a little thing of coffee and like a muffin, and just like, oh, Katarina, I brought you breakfast.
Oh, thank you so much. I take the stuff and I'll give her a peck on the cheek. You're ever such a treat.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. I glad you're thinking well of me because I kind of need to ask a favor.
Oh, what's the favor?
Oh well, yesterday, before we met by the lake, which was incredible, by the way. I I don't know what you are exactly, but I want to be a part of this. Whatever this is.
What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, sure. We can keep this on the DL. But before then, I met up with Finney. Not like with you. That was platonic. But he was. He,
And
it was.
Katerina like noticeably scowls at the mention of Finney because he dared to stand her up.
So she's just gonna blurt out, and just he started hissing like a snake, and it was the weirdest thing. But I just couldn't look away, and just I told him some stuff I really should not have shared. My dad told me some stuff about some Senate stuff, and I just told it to Finney. I don't know what he is, but can you? I don't want him like sniffing around again or something. I don't know if he'll come back or ask for something else.
Okay. All right. I'll look into it. But I gotta go. It's practice.
Yes. Have a great swim. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. So that's interesting. But yeah, I get to the pool, I guess. Or what's his name? Ferdinand? Yeah, let's dive into the water and turn Ferdinand on. I'm sure that won't go bad.
Go ahead and roll for that.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna just do it normal style. So there's 7. So I got an 8 total. As I dive in, hair loose. I don't have much hair, so we're swimming and practicing. Do like the surface right by him. Oh, Ferdinand. Well, it's good to see somebody else likes to keep up so early.
And he's gonna just sort of like jerk back to himself, like, yeah, I gotta get that practice in. I know you.
It's nice to see someone in your family keeps true to their word.
Not a fan of Finney, then?
Well, let's say let's go with that for now.
You know, I've been looking for a way to make him pay for some things that, well, don't really concern you, but if you wanted to help me out with that.
What do you mean they don't concern me?
Oh, just some
I mean, if
sibling.
you want my help, you're gonna have to dish, hon.
Just some sibling rivalry thing. Finney's tired of being the least favorite child.
Well, what do you want me to do? What are you looking for, Ferdinand?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that between the two of us, we can find some way to make sure he makes some mistake large enough to secure his position as the family screw up.
All right, so like I want to like look into his eyes, and this is when I'm gonna do the move. I don't think anyone gaze into the abyss as I stare into his eyes, try to figure out what is this? What does he want? Trying to figure out what Ferdinand wants. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Hold on. Ba-boom. All right. So there's a 9 on the dice plus 2. Bam. That's an 11. Abyss shows me lucid visions, and I take one forward to addressing them.
All right. So when you gaze into the abyss, is this how do you get your information exactly? Is it like a vision or?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that makes the most sense.
All right, you're gonna like look into his eyes, and for a moment, the lights just kind of reflect in them for a second, and they're gonna turn gold. And in the reflection, you see this vision of just this idea of like Finney getting like literally thrown out of the like the headmaster's home, just like driven off, and Ferdinand as the sort of heir with like big dramatic imagery, like Ferdinand like laughing as he's the will is signed over to him. He's given a sort of montage of him going up further in the school hierarchy, and then his final vision of this like massive snake wrapped around the whole campus and like squeezing tighter and tighter.
Okay. All right. So what do you propose? Oh. Maybe I have an idea. If you can lure him to the lake later, we could play a prank on him.
All right. I will see if I can make that work.
All right. And so like once I get out and get changing into the locker room, I'm actually gonna text Finney. Like, I know you stood me up, but we should talk.
I think like you get a response that's like, ooh, like meet me by like it's the thing where you just see like the dot 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 like come up and go away and then come up and go away and then come up and go away, and it's just like basically it's like meet me in the at the groundskeeper's cottage in the clearing in the woods.
Okay.
And I think with that, let's cut to Hob. Do you have a idea for a scene? Or
I mean, I think maybe Hob would probably be trying to, like, I don't know that Hob has talked to Finney since what happened last night. His message kind of went unanswered. So I think maybe Hob would just go over to Finney's house and trying to look for him.
that, or you probably know he's doing lacrosse practice this morning. If you want to look for him there.
Yeah. Maybe that makes way more sense. That maybe I know that that's his way of blowing off steam is that he'll go and do some solo practice. So maybe I head over to the lacrosse field.
And I think as you approach, you see Finney's actually having a conversation with Percy. If that's all right with you, Finney? Yeah, I think Finney came up to you in a hurry this morning, and he is not. Well, you're not the only one who looks like they haven't slept last night. And he's got a sort of little cast on his nose from when somebody punched him yesterday.
And I look at him and I just say it's all like I think that I like put some like sunglasses on real quick because that's like one of the things is my eyes have kind of turned golden, and so I can't really let anybody see my eyes right now. And yeah, I'm like twirling my like lacrosse stick like with obvious agitation because he interrupted like a montage of me just like furiously like shot after shot after shot, and I just turn to him and I say, I told you not to go around starting shit, and now look at you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you're right. I screwed up, okay, Finney? But I just... Look, I've been trying to lay off on the steroids and stuff. I've been listening to you. I've been trying to lay off, but I've gotten into some shit now, and I really need your help.
What shit, Percy? Something worse than what you're already doing? Have you graduated from your standard party favors to something else?
Okay, so I went to have a fight with Hob yesterday.
I heard.
Yeah, sorry about
I also heard
that.
you got your ass kicked.
Yeah, yeah, that happened, and I don't. Katerina was there too. She actually did most of the ass kicking, and Finney, this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think Kat is human.
Percy, and like this makes me pause, and I'm like kind of like put the lacrosse stick over my shoulder. I'm like, Percy, are you sure that you're not taking anything else? Because that sounds crazy.
I haven't taken anything in days, and that's the problem. Because I mean, I mean, look at Kat. Yeah, she's a swimmer, but she's tiny. She kicked my ass, and Hob did this, gesturing to the nose. I don't know. Maybe he's not human either. I don't know what he is, but I can't go around here just with nothing when they're freaking non-humans on campus. Finney, I think I need your help getting me some stronger stuff or something.
At this point, That's the most interesting thing I can do right now.
While you're thinking, Hob, you can show up whenever you think is dramatically appropriate or fun.
Yeah, I think it totally makes sense for Hob to show up like halfway, or like as Percy is getting just ranting about this. When he starts going into the whole thing of like, I don't know who's a human. I mean, maybe Hob's not a human. Am I a human? Like I think he's just going on this crazy rant. And yeah, I think at that point Hob shows up. And I think Hob, when he gets there, just immediately, like puts his hands up like, hey, look, Percy, like, look what I said, we just had a fight. We can just be cool about this. We it doesn't, we don't gotta hold it personal, ain't gotta be a grudge just because I whooped your ass.
Yeah, he's just gonna sort of stare at you and then like look at you, Finney, and then just
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is that like Finney like kind of like puts himself in between Hob and Percy, and then like looks down at Percy, or I guess Percy's very tall. Looks up at Percy and is just like, kind of like gets in real close and is just like, you will not be getting any more fix. And if I find out that you're using at all anymore, I will have you thrown out of this school. You're going to go back to your dorm. You're going to sleep whatever the hell it is you're on off. And you're going to stop saying crazy shit like that there are people who are monsters on campus. And if I hear you spreading any more of those rumors, I will make you regret it, Percy. And that is a shut someone down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And it's a 6. Ooh.
Nice. His jaw is.
I don't know if it helps you though.
What's
What
that?
did you say?
Doesn't he have a condition?
Does he have a condition?
He's
I think I made
fascinated.
him fascinated. I don't know if that helps you though.
I don't think it helps Finney.
Yeah, not in this particular situation. I think that the fail should stand.
So Percy's just gonna look down at you, Finney, and his jaw's gonna set, and his eyes will harden, but he'll just say like, "All right, Finney, I hear you." And then he's just gonna turn and stalk off.
And then I think at that point I turn back to Hob and I just give like a really big smile and I'm just like, Hob, how good to see you. Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm still a little bit sore. You know, I said that I whooped Percy's ass, but, you know, the truth of it, he got a couple licks in on me. But, you know, it's all good. I'm not holding a grudge. And, you know, sometimes you get licks in on someone, and sometimes someone gets licks in on you. And that's kind of why I'm here to see you. I just want to know what the deal is, you know, after last night. Like, I mean, sorry, like, are you okay? Like, did everything with your dad go okay?
So what happens is Finney like walks over and just like, and if you're not okay with this, just let me know, but like walks over and like pushes Hob onto the ground and then like climbs on top of him and stares him in the eyes to use mesmerize. So yeah, let's try to roll that. Okay, that's an 8 at least. Yeah.
And you have like 8 million strings on me, so if you need to use strings,
That's true. No, but you know what? I like the idea that like I'm like losing my ish right now and probably like don't even like can't pull this off successfully on my own. And so like you just like I pull the sunglasses off and you see it's just like golden eyes and like and even in fact around like my eyelids and stuff you start to see like the skin is like flaked away and there's scales underneath and like in a hissing voice I'm just like, the game has changed, Hob, and I'm going to need your help. If I'm going to secure my position, and indeed your position in this school going forward, then there's a lot that needs to be done in a very short amount of time.
I mean, what do you want? What do you want me to do?
And I think it's, I like snake a hand down your chest, and I'm like, I know that Katerina was there yesterday, and that she apparently helped you, and maybe even motivated you into your little altercation with Percy. And what I need to know is, what is she?
Well, I mean, you know, she ain't exactly like a straight A student, if that's what you're getting at. Like, I mean, you know, she's a good swimmer. She's, I mean, what do you want me to say, Fenny? Like, I mean, she's pretty. Like, do you want to know if I'm attracted to Katerina? Like, yeah, she's pretty, okay?
Finney just like like this like smirk just curls at his lips, and he's just like, I really don't care what you think of her. I just need to know what she is, and what she is not human.
Well, now that's what Percy was just saying. Like, what is the deal? Of course she's human. She's a good swimmer. That don't mean she's not human.
And I look down at Hob and I'm like, Hob, look at my face.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you look like you didn't sleep much. I mean, you look. I don't mean that in a bad way. You still look good. I mean, yeah. I mean, do you got some contacts or something? Like, I know that's getting popular.
This poor cinnamon roll.
You are, if you want to turn him on,
Yeah.
you are off the clock.
Yeah,
That's literally
no,
like,
yeah,
is it? Okay, yeah, go for it.
yeah. Because I think we are getting close, and I am turning some of this into compliments. Still very much leaning into the attraction, and that's a 10 on turn someone on. Because all of our characters are so hot that
Is it unbearably hot? Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I think that like Finny is like so confused right now, and like was just really dead set on like discovering what was going on, but like is incredibly vulnerable. And this poor cinnamon roll just keeps like telling him what a great person he is, and like trying to convince him not to be jealous of some other girl. And yeah, like he just like locks lips with Hob, and like right there in the middle of the lacrosse field.
yeah, I love. Like, I'm thinking like the camera shot is that we are basically making out on the lacrosse field, and because it's the weekend, like the sprinklers are going off in the background, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice. So how do you respond, Finny? Do you give him what he wants, or?
Oh yeah, like we totally like just hooked up in the middle of the lacrosse field, like probably where anyone who is up at this ungodly hour could see. Just throwing that out there just in case somebody wants to take advantage of it.
Oh, they will.
And then I think that it's one of those things oh, in the aftermath, like afterwards, they're probably like sitting on the bleachers, and like Finney's like pulling his shirt back on, and like slips the sunglasses on, but like you can start to see like underneath his like tank top, like this snake skin is starting to spread, and he like places a hand on Hobbs and says, I'm gonna need to meet up with Katerina later this morning by the groundskeeper's cottage, and I think that if you're really going to understand what you're getting into here, you should be there and listen in.
I mean, yeah, all right, but I mean, Finny, I just want you to know, like, I do understand what I'm getting into here, and what I'm getting into here is you. So I'll be there. If you want me to be there, I can be there for you.
Finny's starting to doubt his choice just a little bit. But yeah, he's just like, just go by the south trail and hide behind the firewood stack and make sure that you're not heard.
All right, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a plan, and you might want to put on like a full shirt, because you got like a rash or something that's starting to form. Just
I'll do that, Hob. I'll do that.
And I think I want to trigger my excuses on my armor again, and just I'm ignoring this problem of the eyes and the skin and all the other issues.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point, Finney like gathers his gear bag up and like hoists the lacrosse stick on his shoulder again, and just kind of like walks off and says, "10 a.m."
Yeah, bright and early. I'll be there. That's farming time, really, from where I'm from.
Yeah, and I think that's a good place to cut it.
Sounds good. So,
Real quick, because
Yes.
I hit 5 out of 5. Do I advance now, or do I wait until after the session?
Immediate,
immediately, yeah.
because
Okay.
you'll get more XP. So presumably.
Let me know when you decide what move you're taking. Or what advance you're taking, sorry. Well, the Mortal has some fun ones. You can take a move from any skin. That's nice.
I'm also just saying, like, Entrenched was made for this exact game right here, this particular one.
Or down the rabbit hole.
Oh, that one's good too.
That's when the mortal becomes an XP fiend. That plus excuses. So
Yeah, I think I'm going to take sympathy as my weapon. Every time you forgive someone for hurting you and excuse their base nature, gain a string on them.
So you're just asking me to gaslight you, okay?
A little bit, yeah.
So do we want to go to the woodsy meetup?
I think so, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that Finney is definitely like already there.
Damn it, I was gonna already be there.
All right, if you want to, you can totally already be there.
Yeah. You were busy hooking up, so.
So as the first person there, Katarina, do you want to set the scene?
Sure. Like I get inside either by breaking in or it's already unlocked. And you said it's like a ground. It's just like a little. Is it a cabin or is it a workshop?
I was kind of imagining it like a cabin where a groundskeeper would actually live, but
Okay.
we probably like they don't actually board there. We probably just have crew come in like
Okay.
weekly or something like that.
All right, then we totally break in
Mhm.
through means. So yeah, like when you get there, I'm just like sitting on the counter. There's some beers already in the fridge, and she's sipping one. It's 10 a.m., but who cares?
Yeah, and I think that like you hear the door like creak open, and then you just see like Finney's there, and he's like wearing like a black turtleneck and like some really tight trousers, and like looking every bit like the prep school elite that
Wow.
he's like trying to be.
Wow, that was a choice. She's like wearing like cut off jean shorts and like just like loose fitting top. So anyway. Whatever about last night, it's fine. I think you've got a problem named Ferdinand.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware of the problem named Ferdinand. I've been dealing with it for years.
Oh yeah, he asked for my help in trying to humiliate you, and I really don't like him. He's kind of a snake.
He has that effect on people.
Yeah. So, how do you want to deal with him?
What's in this for you, Katarina?
Um,
If there's anything I've learned about being in the Ellenham family, it's that no one does anything for free.
well, one, it'll be fun to humiliate him and play him like the fool that he is.
And two,
I'm sure I didn't actually think of it too. I want to see what happens, really. I mean, it should be fun. I mean, you two are still going to be fighting for God knows how long, presumably.
Only until I turn 18.
Sure, that's how family works.
And he just kind of he closes the distance and like pulls the beer out of your hand and like takes a sip. It's definitely like a moment where like his fingers brush yours as he like takes the can out of it.
All right. Trying to turn me on?
If that's what it takes.
Always roll dice.
And it's barely a 7.
Nice. And Hob, you're here too, right? Or did you come with?
I mean, I think the goal was I'm like sitting behind. I'm watching from afar.
Okay. We can have you peeking through a window or something, yeah.
Like I don't think I'm close enough that I can overhear, like unless they're like yelling. But I can see what's going on.
So yeah, I grab him by the turtleneck and pull him in to bite your lower lip. Get a taste of the beer.
I think that what happens is that like the Finney's hand like closes around your wrist and like yanks back, and then you just see like he like hisses at you, and these fangs are like protruding from his gum line.
Well, that's interesting.
He like covers his mouth really quick, and then like seems to like be like stretching his jaw for a second, and then you see them like click back and into the gum line.
So, something you want to talk about?
Well, if we're going cards on the table, I think there's something that we both need to share.
So I'd say, how do you mean? But I mean,
I saw
how
what
did
happened
you
to
find out?
Percy. Well, I saw what happened to Percy's nose, and I don't care how good of a swimmer you are or how many laps you swim. There's no way you could have decked him that squarely and done that much damage.
Because I didn't. That was Hob. That was all Hob that broke his nose. You didn't see his back, so that's what I did.
Well, I guess all the same, I think that when someone wanders into a snake's nest, they should probably make a stand, or else you might get all tangled up.
Are you like, I don't. So what are you trying to threaten me, Finney? I'm here trying to help you basically get rid of your brother.
I don't think it's as easy as just getting rid of Ferdinand.
No, but we'll both enjoy it.
It's not off the table, but what this really comes down to is that if I'm going to keep Ferdinand in his place where he belongs, I need secrets.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard about that. So,
What do you mean?
you talk to Percy, I talk to Eliza.
And you see like the color like raise up in Finney's face because he knows he botched that one too.
I mean, honey, like, you've got to be smarter.
This is why Ferdinand just kills people. Why don't I just kill people? I don't.
Because that leaves a trail.
You wouldn't even know how many bodies are buried at the bottom of that lake.
No, I do. I know so much about that lake, hon.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Katerina. I'm willing to take you up on your offer. I'm also willing to acknowledge the fact that though you say you're doing it for the lulz, basically, I know that this is a blank check.
Yeah, sure. So she's gonna like actually spread her legs and wrap them around you to pull you in, and that's when she's gonna show you her true face as I'm trying to turn you on. So
Okay.
There's a 12. So
Yeah. So
I've got actually, because it's a separate move. So let's see. I'll take another string on you. And I don't want to do harm to you, so I guess I'll give you another condition. Gonna make you fascinated. I really like when people are fascinated with me.
alrighty.
Wish
Are
I
you
had
sure
the
about that?
moves.
Because I'm pretty sure that when you just turned me on, and sorry,
Oh, we're gonna do it?
This is gonna
Okay.
happen.
All right then. Now I gotta think of conditions. It's the worst.
You could also just do the harm.
I don't really like. No, I've got no interest in hurting you yet. So I'm gonna say you're also exposed. I'm gonna make you exposed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you lure me in and you show your true face to me. And unlike Eliza, I am just like, I remain in control. Like I've looked into the depths before. And though I haven't seen your particular brand of weird, I've seen some weird. So yeah, I think what happens is just like oh my god. So yeah, like those fangs pop back out and like he sinks his fangs into Katarina's neck.
Yeah. Totally do
And
the tilt.
mhm. Yeah, and then they go at it. While Hob is watching through the window, having heard none of this conversation.
You're a terrible boyfriend.
I am.
That's what they want. All right. So I get the failing dynasty move, right?
It's only if my parents discover it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so like unless you like find some way to out yourself, or unless someone else outs us to mine to add.
So you get the condition fascinated, and each of us takes a string on the other.
Okay.
Oh,
Or your brother, if your brother learns
and you turned me on earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to take a string off that because of tainted love. So
yeah, Cat gets a string on anyone who
Oh,
turns
that's
her
right.
on.
yeah, it's like, all right, it came up.
Well, I mean, if you're the one who's always turning people on, what do you expect?
I know.
A Rusaka on the swim team.
Oh, swim meets are crazy.
So we cut to you, Hob, and you've just seen them. You're watching through the windows, and you see them going at it. And just as that hits home, I think you hear sort of like a quiet sobbing noise.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I would investigate that. Look around to see who else is here.
In another hiding spot, I think probably just around the corner from you, you see Eliza also watching on from a distance. Just sort of like quietly sobbing to herself.
Gosh, yeah, okay, so yeah, I think I would peek around the corner, see her there, and probably just go up to her and, like, without talking, because we don't. I mean, I know Finny knows, hopefully remembers that I'm here. I would just go and take Eliza by the hand and just, like, and just sort of direct her away. And kind of, like, whispering, like, look, Eliza, like, look, ain't nothing for us in there. All right, we just need to look. Let's just go somewhere and talk. All right.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know why I'm so sad. I should have known I wouldn't be enough for her.
Yeah, it's okay. Look, I don't know what they're doing, and what they're. I don't know what's going on anymore. All right, look, you were you didn't do anything wrong. All right, let's just go somewhere and we can figure this out.
Yeah, okay. And she will follow you wherever you want to go. She is, yeah.
Yeah, I think we would probably go to like the closest, I don't know, like school building or something. Maybe it's just a common area, and probably like sit her down on a couch and be like, "All right, look, I don't know how much of that you saw. I mean, obviously we couldn't hear what they were talking about, but words ain't really too important when we both saw what they were doing. But I don't. They both got up to some weird stuff. Like, I mean, you saw Finney's those teeth, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, are you really more worried about Katarina liking you or not liking you or liking you? And you saw like that weird stuff? Like, what's going on?
She's had her eyes downcast this whole time, but when you say that, she's gonna like look up and meet your eyes for the first time and like grab your shoulder, and it's like, Katarina, she showed me something real. But my whole life, I've just been playing these little games, these little just trying to stay entertained. But she showed me something real, something pure, something at the bottom of this abyss of just more powerful than anything I felt before. And yes, she's what I care about. I don't know what Finney is, and I think he might come after me sometime, but I need to keep this one real thing in my life.
Well, look, Eliza, like the realest thing you got in your life, like the best thing you got going for you is you. You got to take care of yourself. Don't worry about what Katarina likes about you or doesn't like about you. You got to focus on you. It's all about you.
What am I? I'm some girl who some girl who got paid to. My whole life, parents have paid for the best tutors and prep schools, and they bought my way into this place, and they're gonna buy my way into college, and set me up with some political pairing with someone or other. What am I? What have I got? Nothing.
Well, look, Eliza, like, look, where I come from, we got this saying, all right? Like, every cob of corn gets eaten. It don't matter what kind of dirt you grow in. It don't matter how big of a cob of corn you are. You gotta eat all the corn. And I think with that, like, I reach out and, like, kind of touch her cheek and, sort of push some of the tears away. And yeah, I think I want to roll to turn her on.
I think it's a good call, yeah.
That's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna just sort of like hesitate there and then just lunge in and go for the kiss. Do you kiss back or?
Yeah, I think so. I think at this moment it's all a little bit confusing, right? So yeah, I think I definitely do go in for the kiss, and yeah, I think after that I can just like sort of like pull back, and I'm like, well, I mean, like, look, everything's kind of weird right now, but look, if you need anything.
No, this can work. You can make Finney jealous, and I can make Kat jealous, and they'll both want us more. This is a great plan.
I mean, you got more experience in this game than I do. Like, is that a thing that usually works? Is that a thing that
Yes.
usually? Oh, well, all right. Um, I mean, if you think it's a good idea, like I don't want nobody to get hurt. All right, like I know I whoop Percy's ass, but other than that, I don't want nobody to get hurt. Like I ain't here to stomp on nobody's balloons or anything, you know. Like let's just let's be safe about it, right? And you know, no, you know, I don't want nobody to get hurt, especially not Finny.
Oh no, no one will get hurt. It'll be fine. It'll be completely fine. We'll just make them both jealous, and everything will be great.
All right, yeah, just a little bit of jealous.
And with that, I think we can fade to black and probably take a little break. Meet up at 15 past. Sound good? All right. See you all then. All right. So we've left off on everybody cheating on everyone else, except technically Katerina, who I
Mhm.
don't think was like, yeah, you weren't.
Exactly. We were not exclusive.
We also have not defined the relationship. We just did it in a field.
Yeah, and me and Eliza are, that we're not in a relationship. It's a game,
Oh, did you have sex with Eliza Hobb?
I don't think so.
No.
I think we just made out a
Yeah.
little bit
Okay.
in like a common area.
Okay.
In some states, having sex in a field makes you common law married, but we'll leave that there.
We own this property, so our laws supersede theirs.
Okay. So, does anyone have a specific scene they want to head into after the break?
Did we hash out how we want to trap your brother? Because I told you what your brothers, and my plans were. Because I have no loyalty to him.
I'm also afraid you have no loyalty to me, but
Well, maybe you should just look into the abyss to try to figure that out, or offer strings.
that is a thing I could do. So yeah, I think that I'd love to introduce this element to the fiction if it's fine. There are underground catacombs below the school, and I want to Cask of Amontillado him into like a crypt in there, and then like cave it in or something.
I wanted to drown him, but fine.
There can be an underground lake.
Oh, okay, good.
Cool. So, I mean, I have to make sure the body doesn't get found, at least until it's most opportune for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, like how about we say like we plan on luring him out to there's a small island in the middle of a subterranean lake underneath the school where the snake family does their rituals. This
Sounds pretty good
really
to me.
quickly. Yeah, and so midnight tonight. I promise not to stand you up this time.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But I mean, we should keep him under the impression that I'm still working with him. So,
Oh, of course.
for that prank that we were supposed to do, but that's when we can just knock him out or whatever.
Yeah, knock him out. Definitely.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and so I think that like in order to convince Ferdinand that you have gotten the upper hand, like I think I think that I give you like I pull one of my jerseys out of my gear bag and I give it to you and I say this should convince him that you've got the goods.
Sounds good.
And then at that point, I think that it would be good to head back to the campus and see what kind of trouble we can find there.
All right. Yeah, I think by now. I think Hob, after your interlude with Eliza, you head your separate ways, and you run into Megumi, who is just like, "Oh my god, I was going for a run this morning, and you notice she's still in like running gear, shoes, that sort of thing, and I happened to wander over by the lacrosse practice field, and well, I think you know what I saw."
I mean, yeah, I think Finney probably he hit like 30 goals in a row. Like that dude is a machine.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
I don't look, Meg. I don't know what you saw, but I mean, And by the way, you are still looking cute as ever. Yeah, I like your whole running outfit here.
Yeah, she goes scarlet. I don't think that's quite enough for turn someone on, but it's
No, but I'm wondering if it might be a shut someone down. Like I'm just trying to completely change the conversation to stop
uh,
her line of questioning, or do I need to go harder on that?
I think you need to go a little harder for that.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, no move for now, but
I what I saw is you hooking up with the headmaster's son. I just someone's a lot further along in their relationship than they led me to believe.
well, all right. I mean, look, you know, he's got a name. He ain't headmaster's son. His name is Finney, and um, I don't think we're quite official yet. So I would please ask that you respect our privacy and not spread this around the campus or anything. But yeah, we're seeing each other sometimes. All right.
Okay, if that's what you want to call it. I just think you really shouldn't. You should really make it official before you decide to hook up with somebody in a field. I mean, it was early, but it wasn't that early.
Well, I mean, look, sometimes your emotions just get the better of you. All right. It's Well, what were you even doing watching anyway? Look, you didn't need to be there.
I was just going for a run. I mean, look, she's gonna gesture at the clothes. I go for runs in the morning.
All right. Well, I go for other things in the morning. All right, it's fine. Like it. We didn't do nothing wrong. Look, there's a whole book of rules. I keep bringing up this book of rules because they made me read it like 5 times and take a quiz about it before I even came in here because I didn't even think I could pass the quiz about the rule book. And so I know that rule book, and there ain't no rules against kissing somebody on the lacrosse field.
I think you went a bit further than kissing, but all right. I'll leave you with your modesty for now.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, and I would appreciate, like I said, if you don't spread none of this around. There's a lot going on the campus, all right, and I just, I don't want to cause no drama.
I think that ship has sailed, but all right.
Well, I mean, look, other people are hooking up all the time, so it shouldn't be such a crazy thing if I do it too. I mean, shoot, like me and Finney, we're not even official, right? Like I saw him hooking up with Katarina, and you don't see me going around and complaining about that. All right, so look, Megumi.
Wait, what? You saw what?
I mean, all beans. Like, I, I mean, yeah, they were maybe just, maybe. I mean, I don't know what they were talking about. Maybe Fenny was just practicing his kissing, so he'd be better to kiss me.
Honey, no, that doesn't happen. Was this before or after your morning field hookup, your lacrosse practice?
I mean, it was after. Like, look, this ain't important. Look, people do things.
I. So you're telling me that Finny Allenheim hooks up with you in the morning, and then within a couple hours hooks up with Katarina, and you're staying by his side? I mean, yeah, you're not official, but that is a fast turnaround.
And yeah, I definitely did trigger excuses on my armor there to get the experience. Look, he just, I don't know. I don't know why they did it. Maybe they had their reasons, you know? Like I said, maybe he was practicing for me. Look, there's a lot going on, alright? Just, please just keep this between us.
Hob, you deserve someone so much better than Finny.
I mean, well, maybe point him out to me then, because I ain't seen nobody better.
That's a shut someone down.
Okay. Oh no, and that's Snake Eyes.
So she's just gonna stare at you for a second, and it's gonna turn into a bit of a glare, and then she's like, fine, I'll leave you to your hookups. And she's gonna turn and just stalk off.
Yeah, I think I call out her name, but then, I think she's just ignoring me and goes off, and I kind of just sulk away.
I think so, yeah. So, come lunchtime, there's going to be a certain rumor going around campus. Lots of people huddling and gossiping, and how would you all like to learn about this interesting new rumor?
I mean, I bet my if we establish we're out of out in the middle of the woods, but do we have social media? Like,
Yes.
okay, then yeah, I pull my phone out of my gym bag at one point, and my DMs are just blowing up, and I'm just and it's people tagging me in their posts and mentioning me in their stories, and people asking me sending me lewd emojis and things like that, and yeah. But I'm pretty sure that I'm only able to cobble together I'm sure that it's actually spun up bigger than that. It's something headmaster's son, campus playboy or campus boy toy or something like that.
Yeah, I think by the time the rumor's going around, it's somehow turned into you having a threesome with Katarina and Hob at the same time.
Great. Yep. Yeah, so that's how I discovered it. I'm pretty sure that I just was training all morning, and then finally pulled I was in the locker room or something, my phone was just exploding in the locker, and I finally pull it out, and I'm just 1,700 notifications, something like that.
Speaking of, I think Katarina, you're gonna get a. If you check your phone at this point, and I'm not sure, would Katarina do that this morning?
I think it's more interesting if she just hears or somebody comes up to her. She is late, like I said in the chat. She's wearing that shirt jersey that he gave to her. She's got it tied off and everything. So I mean, she's doing nothing but helping the rumors grow.
All right then.
But yeah, if she starts getting messages, she's oh, okay.
I think Katarina, you're gonna be approached by Alex Reynolds from the swim team.
Oh, Alex, them.
Yeah, they're gonna head up to you and be like, "Oh, wow, Kat, I guess the rumors are true."
Oh, what's that?
You haven't checked Twitter? The buzz, all the word going around campus is that you hooked up with Finny
Well, yeah.
wearing his jersey and everything. Wow.
Well, obviously. I mean, it's not like I mean, what, you expect me to steal his jersey? That'd be weird.
And was Hop there too?
Not that I know of.
All right then. All right. So I just gotta ask, because I saw you talking with Ferdinand this morning at practice. Uh,
Hmm.
are you doing both the Ellenham boys?
Not yet. He didn't. Ferdinand really didn't seem. He seemed a bit too shy, I guess.
Oh, wow. I am impressed and I am grateful. Because as long as you keep up with this stuff, I think my position on the swim team is just going to be nice and secure. So keep up with the drama, Cat.
Drama doesn't affect talent. Alex.
Maybe,
Maybe if you get the stick out of your ass, you could actually live a little and have some fun.
oh, I have all the fun I need when I get those first place medals.
Hmm. I was trying to shut her down.
Oh, good
I'm
point.
not good at it, but I'll try. Because I hate her. I hate her so much.
You should roll for it.
Them, yeah, sorry. I got a 7, I believe. I hate them so much.
Okay.
Yep, we both come off bad, I think, right? And I have a choice to make, I think.
Yes, you get to choose a choice or choose one of the options, and I give you a condition.
Right. I'm a gain. I don't. They don't have any strings on me, do they?
No.
Then I will gain a string on them.
All right. And I think, yeah, when your words hit home, actually, and Alex is just blush and like, well, I I don't, um, maybe I don't have as much fun as you, but at least I don't go out around like hooking up with guys all the time.
Oh, maybe I can help change that for you.
Uh, I think she wants, or they want to give you a condition
Yep.
that I just realized I didn't put slut shaming on the lines and veils, but is it would we everyone be okay with your condition in being like floozy or something?
I'm totally fine with it.
All right. So yeah, they just like well, at least I don't go hooking up with everyone, and yeah, your condition is floozy.
Yeah. So I'll take that, and I step real close, and I'm like, well, if you were so desperate for attention, you should have just asked. I've got some time right now. What are you up to, Alex?
I think that's a roll to turn someone on.
Yep. All right. Oh no, it's only a 6 because I didn't show my true face. No, wait, I have a string on her. I'm spending it. No, wait, no. Take the miss. I need XP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, they just like stumble back, like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
you really are sex crazy. I keep your freakiness to yourself, cat." And they just like, yeah, run right up. Nympho, that would be a good condition. Yeah, mind changing floozy to Nympho?
Sure. Or do I want another condition?
Ooh, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's double it up
It
there.
just did miss, so
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, Alex is gonna like stalk off because they do not need this freaky shit, whatever this is. And you're gonna hear some other people like like getting you sideways glances, like whispering to each other, like, "Oh wow, we finally have an explanation for why Cat keeps turning everyone on in the water."
So I think that while this is happening, I think that Finney has been avoiding like the common spaces, like didn't go to the cafeteria, didn't like go towards like anywhere else, and in fact actually works his way over to the faculty dorms because I want to see if I can corner Miss Williams.
Okay. Hob, do you think you'd want to talk with Finney about this? Would you be following him or trying to get in touch?
Um. Oh. I think I would definitely want to get in touch with him. And I mean, yeah, shoot, maybe it does make sense that I'm sort of watching where he's going.
I would love it if it's like that moment and like the thing where I pull my phone out and I see that you're calling and I like skip the call and send it to voicemail and you're watching me from like behind a tree or something as I do that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And yeah, and maybe even like, maybe like I text you and like, hey, where you at? And like you say something like, oh, just studying, but like I see you, obviously, like out and about. So yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that I use like a faculty key card to like get into the faculty dorms, or maybe have a key ring or something like that. I don't know how. No, we're very high tech. That's right. So yeah, I use a key card, and like just kind of like beat myself in, and like as the door is swinging shut, does Hob like run and like catch it?
Yeah, because I think even as high tech as we are, like we've still got like very slow closing doors. It makes sense. Give people time to get in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But I totally just tailgate my way through.
Yeah, and I think that like I find Miss Williams like sweet and like give a quick knock on the door.
She's gonna open the door, and I think she's in a lot more casual wear than you normally see her in the classroom. Like not particularly revealing, just like sweats and a t-shirt, but much less formal than what she normally wears. It's Finny, she's gonna like slam the close the door almost like completely, just a little cry. Like I didn't realize you could come in here.
And Finny just says, Miss Williams, I really needed to talk to you about the homework assignment that we had, and I know that it's off hours, but I think it's really important that I answer this get an answer to this particular question. It's just been keeping me up all night.
I, well, I'm happy to see you taking a real interest in your studies, but this isn't really appropriate in my coming to my room. This is.
I'm sure my father wouldn't mind. In fact, I'm sure that he would be happy to know that you took special interest and helped me through this incredibly difficult thing. I know that he wants me to succeed.
Okay, let me just give me a moment to change, and I'll be right out.
And then I just say, of course. And I guess I wait.
So the door shuts for a second. I'm assuming you're watching from like the stairwell or something, Hop.
Yeah, I think like however it is that I can see, like what I want Hob to do is get Finney's attention when the teacher steps away. I want him to know that I'm there. So however makes the most sense for that, like maybe the door isn't closed all the way and I just like whisper in. Like I totally want to like to signal to him that I'm there.
It could be like, I bet the best way to do it would be like a text message. Just be like, I see you, eyes emoji.
Yeah, okay, so maybe I sent you that other text and you said you were at home and now I'm just like sent you a picture that I took of you in there. Like, no.
And I look like down the hall and I see you like peeking out from it, and I look back at the door and I know she's going to be like a moment, or at least 90 seconds or something, and so I like stride down the hall really quickly and I pull you close by like your shirt front and I'm like, what are you doing here?
Well, what are you doing here? Like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Everything is getting crazy. What are you doing?
I need to get information from her. I need to get my job done.
But I mean, is this about Katerina? Like, are you still?
Why are you so obsessed with her? Just Hob, let it go.
Look, I'm not obsessed. All I said was she's pretty. Like, look, I saw you kissing her. You thought she's pretty too. It ain't a crime to think someone's pretty.
Like the color just like raises in my face, and I say, "This has nothing to do with Katerina. This has. I need to do this because if I don't, then my father is gonna. Well, he's gonna do something that and it will affect all of us."
All right. Well, look. What do you want me to do? Well, how can I help? Like I said earlier, I'm here for you.
And then I realize that we are in the teachers' dorms, and that there's potentially. Let's see how badly this can go. I pull an additional key card out of my pocket, and I say, "There's a security room on the 3rd floor. Go in there and copy the security footage from the last couple of nights to this thumb drive." And I like pull a thumb drive out of my pocket and I put them in there. And I say, "And then get out of this building unseen, and I'll see you tonight."
All right. Yeah. I can do that. I mean, yeah. I know how computers work.
And I think you just triggered Hobbs' new failing dynasty move. So if you're convinced to do the bidding of a family member, and you're technically counting as a family member, you get to take +1 forward to doing it. And the family member gains a string on you.
It just brings me to 8 strings on Hob.
I mean, I could also argue that I also triggered sympathy as my weapon because I more or less forgave him for kissing or hooking up with Katerina.
You really did, yeah. I think those both trigger.
Yeah, so I gained a string on him as well. So many strings.
I love how we're already like 9 months deep into this toxic relationship, and it's been literally like 18 hours.
I know.
Yeah, the past day has been like the longest month in Hobbs' life.
And at that point, like I probably like I'm about to like push you away, and then I like pull you in really quick and give you like a kiss, like a really forceful kiss, probably. It like nicks one of your lips with one of my teeth, and then like walk away. And then like, is that just in just enough time to get back to the door?
Yes. The door opens, and yeah, she comes out, and she's I think she's kind of overcompensated. Patricia overcompensated for her informal appearance earlier with a much more formal uh, like dress suit, button down, just very more formal than you normally see her in class. Like, yes, Finny, I'm happy to help you with whatever your question was. What is it you wanted my help with?
I think I push into her apartment and then close the door, and then take off my glasses, and I look at her and I say, "I need some information about my classmates." And I basically just like immediately like push her up against the door and start to mesmerize her.
Roll plus hot.
Please.
Just as a reminder, we do have a line on sexual assault, so...
Oh yeah, no, not going there at all.
Right.
So that is a 10. So on a 10 up, they freeze until you blink or someone touches them, and afterwards they don't really remember anything unusual happening. And so basically, I want to extort out of her like additional secrets about my classmates that I might not know. I know that has a very hands-on relationship with her students, where I know, right? She has a very hands-on relationship with her students, where so I'm assuming that she knows a fair bit about their personal lives, and I need dirt.
Nice. All right. Yeah, with a 10 plus, she'll tell you anything. Are are you interested in a particular student, or should I just, yeah.
I mean, so we've established that this is like the life, like the offspring of the rich and famous. So any of these people could potentially be related to government officials or scientists or like giants of industry. Basically anything that from any of them that could help me get a leg up so that I can continue to cement my lead over Ferdinand.
Okay. Yeah, Susan Walters, the teacher's pet.
Hmm.
I think she goes over to Patricia to like vent and stuff, try to get some sympathy. And her dad, I think, is a tech mogul out in Silicon Valley, some major exec with a big company. And you get some major info about that. Oh yeah, they're like planning to set up a new office in a particular state. You get the location and the info from that.
Okay.
I can come up with some more if that doesn't seem like enough.
No, I mean, I'm sure that like we can like maybe it's just like a hold three kind of situation, like,
Absolutely.
and so I can just like make those appear as I need them for like Susan and then two more.
So with the 10 plus, she won't remember anything strange happening afterwards. Do you want her to remember you visiting at all, or would you rather her just remember like nothing? Like she doesn't even remember you knocking on her door.
Well, I do know that there are security cameras in this building, so it's going to be impossible to completely erase my my presence here. So I actually just basically convince her, after, like when I finally break the charm and I blink and I'm just like, Professor Williams, I really appreciate you walking me through that. I know that like Wordsworth can be so complicated, and I really appreciate that you showed me the way through this. I think I'll really be able to ace it on this paper.
And she's just like, yeah, yes, Wordsworth. I'm sorry. Have I been talking that much? I'm happy to help. I'm really glad you're showing initiative. Finney, I think you really have the seeds of greatness in you. You just need to really crack down. Put your all into it.
And I just like smile, my most becoming like headmaster's son smile, and I say, it's like, of course, and don't worry. I will let my father know that you have been instrumental in my success in this late final year of my education here.
I just want all my students to be their best.
Well, I really must be going. And again, I am so sorry to have taken any time from your personal day off. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do for you. And then I just kind of like ease my way out.
Nice. Hob. He sent you to go copy that video recording.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that the, let's see, it's a Saturday. I don't know if they'd have a security guard in the video, security room with the cameras right now. You are walking around in the faculty dorms. Go ahead and roll keep your cool.
What are you most afraid of happening, though?
Yeah, what are you most afraid of
That's the
having?
question.
Most afraid of happening. See, I want to say that I'm most afraid of getting caught, but really, I'm most afraid of failing Finney somehow. Like, I don't think Hob really... Like, yeah, okay, go copy the video. Like, I don't think he knows how to do that, right? Like, so he's just gonna go up there. Like, he kind of understands how to use Microsoft Word and like things like that. But like, okay, yeah, copy a video. Like, okay, he's really afraid of like failing Finney on this. Like, Finney trusted him to help out. And I did roll that. It is a plus cold, which is a -1, so it's a 4.
Oh, that's great. Uh,
You had +1 forward, but don't really help you.
Well, yeah,
So.
yeah.
yeah.
So you're in the security room trying to figure out this interface or something, just trying to figure out some way to do this. Uh, what would you think about me triggering your darkest self now? Just like, you've gone in over your head, you're breaking a whole bunch of rules because this guy who's cheated on you, well, who's hooked up with other people the same day, might be hooking up with a teacher right now.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, just reading my darkest self, I think it kind of sounds about right.
All right. So go ahead and read out your the description of your darkest self and describe how you go into it.
Yeah, so my darkest self is nobody understands you, nobody even tries. You do so much for the people you love, and they walk all over you. Enough is enough. Betray them. Show them what it's like to be uncared for. Reveal their monstrosity and yours. Only seeing the pain that you're causing your lover will let you escape your darkest self. And yeah, I think, I mean, going into that, like, yeah, I think Hobb is just sitting there, like, trying to figure out, and maybe it's not even like Hobb is like dumb at computers. Maybe it's just like a really old computer system, and he only started using computers recently. So there's like the security camera machine is running like like Windows like Server 2003 or something stupid like that, and so he's just like completely out of his depth, and he's just sitting there like clicking around, getting error messages, like trying to copy things that aren't the video, and like just getting frustrated. And I think finally he just hits a point where he's like, no, you know what, like, Eliza's right. The only way I'm gonna get through to him is, I gotta turn this on him. I gotta show him how he's making me feel. And yeah, so Hobb is just like totally in this position where he feels like he's being used by Finney, and he needs to turn that on Finney and make Finney understand what it's like, I guess, to be looked at like a commodity, like he feels like he's being looked at right now.
Got any plans on how to do that?
Not off the top of my head, but I have a feeling that Eliza will probably factor in based on a conversation earlier, and also probably Katerina. I mean, Finney keeps telling me he doesn't mind that I find Katerina pretty, but we'll see.
All right, then. So Katerina, what have you been doing? This
Yeah, it's just Saturday, going about my business, checking in with Ferdinand, telling him like, yeah, no, I've got Finney on the hook. We're gonna be meeting up at the lake, just like we specified.
when I asked you to lure him over to the lake, I didn't think that would involve you fucking him.
Does that matter?
Uh, I guess not,
You
but
should know boys are dumber when they're getting some.
oh, believe me, I know that. But I did not expect you to move that fast on him. Wow. Guess the rumors are true.
Hun, you could barely control yourself earlier today when we were in the pool together. Are you really that surprised?
I had perfect control of myself.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
So you think we could go for a swim later and you'd still be completely under control?
I assure you, I can have far better control of myself than my brother could ever imagine.
Oh, That sounds like a challenge. Let's see it.
Absolutely. Name the time.
Well, let's 5 minutes from now. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's do
Yep.
this.
All right. So, yeah, like we meet up like immediately. Schoolwork, pusha. This is all part of the plan.
So he saunters in, like, nice of you to move on to the better, brother. I realize your standards aren't the highest, but nice
As
to
I'm
see them.
standing there wearing Finney's jersey, it's all tied up. All right, you ready to go? As she just like peels off the top and dives in.
And that's when you, roll to turn him on.
I'm gonna show my true face.
Okay.
Get that extra bonus. Hopefully it works. I didn't need to, but I did it. So, bam. I get to choose 2 because I got a 12. So I'm going to take a string on them. How's he going to react before I give him a condition?
I think he's going to be intrigued. Because, I mean, as far as he's been relatively sheltered, he didn't know about any other non-humans besides his family. This is going to be interesting to him.
Okay. So he does manage to control himself.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So then I give him the condition fascinate.
Okay.
I need as many people as fascinated as possible. So Ferdinand string. I've got so many NPC strings.
So Ferdinand is just like, well, that's something, isn't it? You're not quite all human, are you?
Neither are you.
I suppose Finney let that slip too, didn't he?
I guess now is when I get the failing dynasty move. Because he's a member of your family, right?
Yeah, you're right. That would be now, wouldn't it?
Yep. Right.
Welcome to the family, sister.
Ugh.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, it was rather impressive what he could do with a tongue like that.
Well, I assure you, Finney is the runt of the litter. And I would very much appreciate your help removing him from the gene pool.
I mean, we've already made that deal, hon.
Oh, just want to make sure your resolve hasn't wavered. You know, if you do help take him out, there will always be a place for you. I'm not quite sure what you are, but I have a feeling that you'd like to make use of our family's services in making some bodies disappear. We can do that. We can also assure you a constant supply of fresh bodies.
Is that so?
Hell, you would not even believe the number of people I've disappeared over the years. It's it's amazing, honestly. Can hardly believe it myself. You help us take care of Finney, and oof, well, you've got your entertainment set up for the rest of your life.
Well, I mean, you haven't given me any reason not to go along with this.
Oh, just want to make sure. With coups, it always makes sure to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. So, out of character, has he convinced you to actually go through with this and try to turn the plan around on Finney?
No.
Okay, then. You don't get the +1 forward from the failing dynasty move.
Nope. And he didn't get a string on me. Because,
Okay.
like, I'm here for revenge on so many people he killed.
Fair enough. Uh, so yeah, he's just gonna smirk and be like, "All right then, cat. See you at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a brother to dispose of."
Probably should have planned that better. Could have just had that scene right before then. But yep.
So, uh, let's see. We've got Finney got the dirty ones. Hob has a new. Yes, Hob is on the warpath. Do you want to? Yeah, Hob, do you plan to confront Finney directly or touch base with Eliza, or what's your plan there?
Um, hmm. I mean, I know Finney and I plan to meet up at some point in the near future. Um, but yeah, I'm wondering if. I'm wondering if, yeah, maybe I do meet up with Eliza in between. Um, but, I mean, maybe it does make more sense to fast forward to just the meetup with Finney. I think I would come with the the memory stick that I was supposed to record the video onto, and I think it's just like I think all I've copied onto it is the video of like Finney going in to meet the teacher, and it's just like on loop over and over and over. And where we're meeting at?
Well, I was thinking that it would probably be good for me to like bring some of this to Daddykins and show him that I'm like still working hard on this. So if it's at the headmaster's lodging, I think that probably makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, yeah, I'm there to meet up with you. I've got this video. And I think I come in. Maybe you let me in, and we're all cordial, and then I just kind of slam it down and go, "All right, Fanny, I got some video on there. If you want to take a look, peruse."
And I like look at you kind of funny, but I take the flash drive because I'm assuming that maybe you're saying there's something interesting to look at on it. And I like plug it into my laptop and spin up the video, and it's just me like in like a 90-second loop, like walking through the building. And I look at you and I'm just like, this isn't what I needed, Hob. I asked you to get like the entire month.
Yeah, well, that's what I found. All right, I don't. Look, I know you ignored me the other night after. Look, I've never been with somebody like that before, alright? And then you just threw me to the side. You just want me to just do your dirty work?
And I like look really confused at this. I'm like, Hob, no, I'm working to build to secure our place here.
Yeah, and how you working on that, huh? By just kissing every last person on this campus? Huh?
And like the color rises in my face. Is like, I needed to convince Katerina to help me with something.
Yeah. No, I think you convinced her. I think you convinced her to do quite a bit.
Hob, what did you see? I asked you to listen in.
Yeah, I saw everything. All of it. You know, I was actually... I hate Clarence. I hate him so much. But the other day he was telling me this story about the Ouroboros. Have you ever heard this story? The snake that's eaten itself.
I'm familiar with the story, Hob.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he was telling me that story so recently, but it bears asking. You know, are you what's your goal here? Are you just looping in on yourself, huh? You just hurting yourself to hurt me?
Hob, I don't understand where any of this is coming from. I needed your help, and I thought I could trust you.
You could trust me.
Then why do I have to tell you everything? Why do you need to? I thought, and I like pull off the sunglasses. Like, isn't this enough? Isn't like it enough that like you see this part of me? Do you have to know all of my secrets?
Well, you know all of mine. I thought, look, this is just how it is now. I don't know how I can trust you.
You can trust me by just doing what I need you to do, and then when everything is settled, when everything is sorted out, then I can tell you everything.
All right. Well, you know what? Don't even worry about it, because I already got everything settled out. Everything is just fine and hunky dory, and you know what? Me and Eliza are official, so I don't need none of this no more. Goodbye.
My eyes just like flash, and they get like this like burnished bronze color, and like my skin just starts like flaking off as like even just like my knuckles, like I like you see like it's like a close up of Finney's hands, and he's like gripping really tightly, and then this like blood starts to drip where his nails have pierced through his skin, and like the knuckles, the skin ruptures, and you just see snake skin underneath them. Uh, and then like did you like turn and storm out while this was happening?
Yeah, I almost think like I probably got really close as I'm doing it and almost even just like shoved, did like a one-handed, just pushing you away as, yeah, I turn it and leave.
I think I'm gonna have you roll to shut him down too, because that was delightful. But
Okay. That's probably not good. So I rolled a 4. I don't think there's anything. Well, I could
You got string.
add 1 from a string. Shut someone down. Roll. Oh, so that's a 3. So I can't really.
You can spend
that up.
multiple strings,
Oh,
can't you?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, if you really want to do it. Plus, they have multiple conditions.
That too.
On the edge and exposed probably both make sense. Fascinated.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could do
I
it if
almost
you
want. I almost want to just fail on that. I don't know. I mean, Daryl, what do you think makes more sense?
I mean, honestly, I've been waiting for a reason to have a a little bit of a tete-a-tete with Eliza since that conversation this morning, and I think you just gave it to me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe I do fail on that, and the failure, yeah, like I just completely out this whole thing with Eliza.
Yeah. Can I, as a thing, is just like, well, and this doesn't necessarily have to affect Hob, but it's just like, I like, you see like a single tear, like you don't see like him actually cry. It's like one of those like from the nose down, like you see a single tear roll down his face. But then like he gets this like wicked, like fanged smirk on his face, and it's like, you stupid boy, I'll show you. I'll show you exactly where you belong. And that's here with me.
Is it? Says your dad. He's you see like turn around, see him like sort of poking his head out around the corner because you can really pick them, can't you, Finney?
I like don't even like I turn around and I pull like a paper that I had been printing from the computer out and I walk by and I just like slam it into his chest and I say, um, there is $2.3 billion worth of information on this paper, and you are free to use it as you see fit. There is a bit of a ticking clock, so you should probably get on that and leave me to my pets. And I'm shutting him down.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so that's a 5, and I have no strings on my dad. Damn it!
Uh,
Well, no, I have a +1 because this is family business. Let's see. Oh wait. No, I have negative strings on my family. Yeah, so
okay then.
curses.
I'd normally trigger your darkest self, but you're already in it. So I think, yes, Kitty. I think your dad is like, huh, maybe if you get your condition or your libido under control, you'll actually be a worthwhile heir. Yeah, I think that's. Would you want to take well, yeah. How about the condition worthless? What does that? How's that sound?
It's funny because like all of the value of the things that I just handed over, and yet still feeling so worthless to my family. Like I'm like, you can't fucking respect this one thing. I did the thing. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'll take worthless. Wow, I'm just racking it up.
Yeah, and we don't have any ghosts or any other playbooks that would help you remove those.
Just gotta go against them.
I thought I had.
Prove yourself wrong. Prove them wrong.
Yeah. So I think my dad like gets his like bon mot in, but I can't like I just don't even want to look at him, and so I leave the house, but I take like the passage that's behind the grandfather clock or something like that, and I sneak into the student dorms.
Looking for Eliza?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think Eliza's actually been looking for you.
Okay. I mean, she'll easily find me.
Where are you right now?
I guess like there's like the lounge. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with the lounge.
Okay. So you're in the lounge just doing homework.
Yeah, no, I'm eating with we're gonna bring another hanging out with no, I don't like them. I'm gonna go with a Susan. Susan Walters, the teacher's pet.
So I'm kind of curious how you're treating her. Are you just sort of like putting up with her while you eat, or are you actually paying
Oh
her
no.
attention?
I mean, yeah, no, like I very much am listening. I'm very much the conditions I have are like I don't do anything to prove them wrong. So
If you're
that's great.
Yeah, and I think Susan is going to be pretty happy with the attention, and just like, and then this, and then the other thing, and then just having a little fun telling the little details. Then Eliza is going to just stalk up to where you two are sitting and be like, I hooked up
Oh,
with Hop.
Eliza, do you want to join us? Susan is
Yes.
just telling me something so fascinating about something that Ms. Williams was telling her.
I hooked up with Hob.
Oh, okay. I mean,
It,
did you enjoy that?
he was really good.
glad to hear that. So, how far did you go with them?
All the way.
Oh,
He was way better than you.
wow. Okay. Now, Eliza, you might want to watch what you say. You don't want to say something you'll regret later. It's also very different. So, I can understand if you prefer that. I know what I showed you is new and different.
And I think at that Susan is just her eyebrows are going to go up, and she's like, I think this is personal. I think maybe I should just let you sort this out yourselves.
No, Susan, I want you to stay.
I think you're shutting her down.
Susan
I think so.
or Eliza?
Or would you prefer to roll it with Eliza?
I think Eliza makes more sense,
That makes sense.
but it's up to you. Yeah. Either way, it's. Wait, no, I've. She has a condition, right?
Yeah, she's fascinated.
So yeah, I guess that balances out my -1. So. So there's a 9. Let's see. What's the difference if I spend the string?
Oh, she's fascinated and obsessed, so you get a +2 with her.
Oh, well then there's the 10. So on a 10 plus, choose one from below. They don't give me a condition in return.
She does have a string on you.
Okay. They're gonna lose that string.
All right. And she's just gonna be like,
If you want to be with Hob, that's fine. You didn't have to be so catty about it.
I don't want to be with Hob. And I think now
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
if you want to show up at any time, Finney, I think now's or hell, Hob, this is your dorm, so you can walk in too. And Eliza's just like, I don't care about Hob, Cat. Did I mean anything to you? Did you care about me at all?
And that's when I just I turn, basically ignoring her and just looking right back to Susan. I think it's perfect if that's Eliza arrives when Hob arrives right as Eliza's saying, I don't care about Hob. That's your call, Hob.
Yeah, I know. I think that makes sense. That Hob would,
all these people in their darkest selves, so accept.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Hob wanders in as she's saying that. And I think Hob just walks over. Eliza, no, I already told Finney about us. We're official.
I don't care. Hob, did you really think you mattered to me?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Hob,
But,
I'm sorry, but this was always about more important things than you.
But no, I know I told you that the most important thing is you, but I didn't mean you to take it this far.
She's gonna head up to you and lean in close and just sort of whisper. Nice live streaming, and just sort of whisper in your ear, I told you, Hob. I told you Cat was the only real thing in my life, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep her with me.
Well, I mean, Finney's all I got, and I already ruined that. So, what do I do then?
Get
You
him
don't want me?
back.
Finny don't want me? How do I get him back?
You either get him back, learn to live without him, or don't.
I don't want to live in a world without Finny. So, look, I need your help.
She's gonna give you a contemplative look for a second, and then sort of look back to Katerina and be like, Kat, you had a crush on Hob, right?
Oh, I mean, we hooked up, but I mean, we only just made out. I mean, look at he. Of course, look at him, Hob. You know that you're hot, right?
Susan has so many views on her live stream right now.
Hob, if you will, pull your shirt up, Susan. Hob's hot, right?
I mean, I'm only a little bit hot. You know, I'm only like farm boy hot.
Right, Susan? Isn't he? Come on, girl.
He's got that. He's got a good look about him. I like the tan.
Wouldn't you also want to make out with him? I mean, I can't be held responsible for that.
I think
As I'm holding her hand, like looking into her eyes.
okay, yeah. Roll the turn her on.
Yeah. There's 8. An 8. It's funny because I'm trying to turn her on with Hob.
There's a queen move for that.
I know.
I
don't have a gang though.
I think she's gonna give you a string, and as she just sort of looks back between the two of you, and it's just like this is clearly getting to her, but she's just gonna sort of stay quiet as she keeps on filming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Finny, did you overhear any of this, or?
Oh, I'm witnessing the entire thing from a two-way mirror that's built into a wall. I'm not going to interject at all, but I see it all.
Yeah, Eliza, since Kat didn't express a strong interest in Hob, she's just gonna head off, find something else.
So that's actually where I'd like to interject. It's like the second she turns a corner or gets a little bit further away, a snake tail is gonna loop out and wrap around her ankle and drag her into a bathroom.
So yeah, she does a brief shriek, but I assume it gets cut off quickly when she stares up. You're like, oh, what the hell? What? Finny?
At this point, I'm basically mostly snake, it's not pretty. It's I have no hair anymore. My eyes are pure gold, and basically, I'm just I don't and I tell her, I lean in and I whisper, I don't think there's any reason for you to stay involved in any of this anymore. And I'm going to try to drown her in the sink.
Roll the lash out physically.
My weakest stat. Wait, hold on. What happened? Only one of them rolled. Okay, yeah, it's a 2. It's a 2. Let me check the spending string. Do I? Hold on.
If strings on her?
Is it? Actually, I think I got her confused. No, I have strings on Susan, not Eliza. So, yeah. So it's a 2.
Okay. So, Kat, I see that you Yeah, gave Susan the fascinated condition.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. So with that 2 roll, I'm thinking either Cat, if you heard that scream, would you want to intervene?
Ooh. Um.
It's saying I am definitely trying to drown her so that it looks like it was someone else who did it.
There's a. Uh. If I can pull away from the others, like, and just slip away. Uh. Yeah, I'll step in, but I'm just gonna stand there and watch.
Okay then.
So yeah,
Up until like maybe she's like the point of death, and then I'm like, stop it.
and I look. I've been glaring at you the entire time, like holding Eliza in the sink, and just like eyes locked with you as this is happening, and um, like you say that, and I like pull her up, and she like is gasping and passing out practically, and I'm just like, why? Wasn't it you who wanted to up the body count?
Yeah, she belongs to me though.
Then please finish the task.
Oh no, just like we're going to play with your brother, I like to play with my toys.
And I just like shove Eliza into your arms and then like slip through.
I was going to even offer you the string for it. So
Oh, I mean, I'll take it.
yeah, get that XP. This is how we play the game. We just don't do it.
Yeah. I like the drama. Okay, yeah. So I will take that. And to get my one more XP. Oh, I failed actually too, so that puts me at 5. Yeah,
There you go.
I finally leveled up. Cool. Yeah, and so you like make that clear, and I like kind of just like shove her down to your feet, and like kind of just walk backwards, and then press like a button that's like hidden in the tile, and then the door just kind of like swings, like a wall just swings open, and I'm like, I'll see you at midnight.
Of course.
And Eliza is just clinging to your legs and sobbing,
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm doing the tender, take care of her, try to make her feel better, make sure she does not actually die.
Go ahead and take a string on her.
Okay. No problem. Always.
Does anyone want to do anything else before we cut to the midnight meeting?
I'm going to actually make sure tuck Eliza into bed and just like, you need to rest. You need to stay here. I'll spend the string to get her to promise to not leave bed.
Absolutely, yeah. She
Okay.
she accepts, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think the only thing Hob is doing is changing his relationship status on our social media with Eliza to "it's complicated."
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, and then we can come back towards the to the midnight meeting. A bit of fratricide.
So I have a quick question.
Yes.
So for my level up, I was thinking it might be nice to take a move from another skin. Some people play this differently, but like, is it basically any skin is available, or just the skins that are in the game?
Yeah, any skin you'd like. I'd like it if you could have some sort of like narrative justification for the move, but
hmm I was thinking of just taking Cold as Ice from the Vampire playbook, which is when you shut someone down and roll a 7 or higher, you can choose an extra option off the list.
yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. So I'm going to take that one.
Okay, so oh wow, yeah, Cat, you're only at 3 out of 5 XP, aren't you?
Yep. It's because I haven't missed that many rolls. Haven't been bribed at all. Come on, people. I don't think many of you have strings on me, so
Uh, Speaking of, I think actually I have an idea for that. I think while you were tucking Eliza in, she just sort of clutched onto you for a bit and just like, please, just promise me, you'll keep me safe from Finny.
does she have any more strings on me?
Oh wait,
Because
no,
I've
you're right. She
removed it.
didn't. You
Yeah,
did. She doesn't have a string on you. Never mind.
yeah, I've removed it from her.
She is still gonna like beg you for all that, but it doesn't have a mechanical
Yeah,
effect.
yeah, yeah. Don't worry, hon. I've got everything under control. So I think.
So we cut to the midnight meeting at the secret crypt underneath the lake, which is the Ellenham family. They go full bore for the spooky. So how do you all want to handle this meeting with Ferdinand?
Well, I feel like Katerina lures him there. But like I feel like I'm probably already there, and like and if I can I describe a little bit of like where this like space is, I'm thinking. So there's like a giant stone like crypt on this like island that's just in the middle of the subterranean lake, and then there's this giant like snake like statue of like a snake-headed god kind of like standing there with like a bowl, and so I'm like standing behind the statue.
Hop, where are you for this?
I mean, have I been explicitly like invited to this?
I was gonna say maybe I sent like a text message like that revealed like asked you to meet me, and then sent a text message that like had like a little like pin on a map that would lead you down a stairway down there, and then the thing that like to get you to go there, I think I'd spend a string on you, and that string was a photo that someone sent me of like our romp in the field.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah, I think I turn up. I'm there, and I'm just yeah. I'm kind of walking up, like almost like I'm prepared for a fight. And I think Hob is he's sort of dressed differently. Like I think Hob is dressed like sort of dark. Like he's wearing some like black jeans instead of blue jeans, things like that. Um, and yeah, I think Hob is very cautious in his approach, especially with it being a subterranean lake with an island and a snake god statue.
So yeah, I think that like you get there, and it might be nice to actually have this scene a little bit before Katrina and Ferdinand show up, where like I come out from behind the statue and I'm shirtless and I'm wearing like a very low cut black robe, or when I say low cut, I mean like low on the hips, and I'm full snake at this point. And I just kind of walk over and I like try to take your hand.
Yeah, I think I definitely pull back and just like, look, Phineas, what do you want from me here?
You said that you wanted to know who I was, and I'm willing to show you.
I mean, I kind of thought you already did show me, but all right. I mean, what am I here for? I mean, this place is weird as hell, but
I'm not asking you to do anything other than be quiet and watch. You didn't like feeling used, right? So I don't want you to do anything.
all right. Well, you know what, Phineas, I'm pretty good at watching. So, all right, maybe that's what I'll do.
And so I like probably like position you like behind like a shrub or a tree or something, so that you can see. Very reminiscent of the previous one. That's it. But you can get like a clear view of like the altar space.
Yeah, I think as you're like kind of stashing me, I think I just want to be like, look, Phineas. I mean, whatever I see here tonight, look, I'm sorry. Like, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change how I feel about you. Look, we both screwed up, and look, I'll watch. I'll watch whatever you want me to watch, but I just hope maybe after all this, we can just go back to normal. We don't gotta be official. Can we just be normal?
And like Finney like drops his head and without really looking at you says, I don't think that after tonight there will ever be normal again. But I'm willing to explore that new thing with you.
All right. Yeah, maybe we can just be extraordinary, right? Together. All right. I'll watch I'll watch your little show. Break a leg.
Cinnamon roll.
So, Cat, what all have you? Yeah. So you've been luring Ferdinand down here.
I guess. I feel like we had probably agreed upon the location.
True. True. So he probably meets up with you outside, and you sort of guide him in.
Yeah, like because like obviously we're getting there before Finney. Getting there before Finney. It's, slowly, casually making our way into the water. Getting there early, so I'm sure he'll be arriving pretty. Uh, Probably still have some time before he arrives.
Can't believe you managed to convince him to come down here. He's an Ellenham for all the shit I give him. We're supposed to be better than this.
Well, I mean, like you said, he's just so easily manipulated. You're just so much more stronger of will. And your abs are so much better as I'm, sliding my hand over them.
Yeah, you're turning him on.
Yeah, I'm mostly just spending a string to just like keep him utterly distracted.
Fair enough. Yeah, that works.
I mean, I'm okay with turning him on. I do get to roll dice on that, but it's your call.
No, I think that string makes sense because he's just 100% like, yeah, he's in over his head. He is not as smart as he thinks he is. Or maybe he is as smart, but he's definitely younger than he realizes.
All right. Cool. Is that the opening for Finney?
Yeah. So you're spending the strings. So yeah, I think at that point, like like go over and I have just a really big rock, or maybe some sort of like ceremonial staff that has like a snake on it or something that I've taken from the statue, and I just raise it up and like club him right over the head. And that's gonna be me lashing out physically with my -1 volatile again.
Will you need to roll because fictionally he's so distracted? That's the question I have for the MC.
With that strength you spent, yeah, I think he is, like, fictionally, he's just all caught up in you, Katarina. So
Yeah, like he won't be out cold, presumably, but like you'll be able to inflict harm, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I take advantage of the string, and then is it also possible to take advantage of his like fascinated condition since he's looking at Katarina?
I think so.
Is it? And then I would want to use that as like a. Oh, is there like rules for working against someone's condition, or is that add 1 to your roll? Okay, so
Yeah, you get to add 1 to roll.
Yes.
So then, yeah, I would have got with that roll, I would have gotten a 7. So I want to do harm, and I guess I'll let the MC decide the harm.
All right. So wait, you're saying you're asking me to decide how bad the harm turns out, or?
Well, so the thing is, like, I'm still lashing out physically, and like just clubbing him over the head is probably not enough to kill him, unless it's like a good blow. But the way I would decide that would be with a roll. I don't feel like I can like narratively say like, yeah, I brain him with 1 hit.
Right. On the 7 or 9, you harm them, but it sounds like you chose the MC decides how bad the harm turns out, right?
Yeah, because I feel like that's the one that could like have like the biggest impact here.
Okay. Hmm. Just checking the lines and veils, making sure I don't cross any lines. Yeah, I think you completely blindside him. He does not seeing you coming, but he's ends up accidentally sort of moving just to the side of the last moment. So when you bring the staff down, it hits him on the shoulder, and you hear something snap, like probably something pretty important, and that whole arm just goes limp, and he's just like, what the?
Yeah. That's when like I grab him and like fall back into the water with him as as I get wet, turn him on, show my true face to try to start drowning him.
All right, roll for that.
As like he's seeing like the flashes of like the many people he seduced and killed before. So
It's so weird that your go-to harm move is also your go-to turn-on move.
I mean, it's yeah. So there's a 10. So I get to choose 2. So I'm gonna do 1 harm, and I'll give them a condition, weakened or weak.
Okay, that's
Thrashing around.
I think like because I see like him like really attempting to fight against Katarina, I like wade out into the water and like push him down as well.
I mean, narratively, is he just like helpless?
Yeah, between those 2 good rolls, he's not quite gone, but he's definitely had the fight taken out of him, and with both of you holding him down, it's just a matter of time.
I'm also fine sealing him in the crypt.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's like passed out, mostly dead. Of course, he's gonna die of like he'll just die naturally. And
Yeah.
And so if we just
plan right,
yeah, like I want to leave him in that stone crypt.
Yeah, and when you pull him back up, there's lacerations all over his body. I mean, you've seen what I am.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe this is Hob seeing what I am.
Yeah, Hob, how are you reacting to seeing your lover and your other lover just drown a guy?
I think Hob has his flip phone out, and he is taking a 480 by 320 resolution video of this. Very blurry. You can barely make out really who it is, but if you know who it is, you know who it is. And yeah, I think he's just sitting there recording this.
So,
That went well. That went swimmingly. But
Puns now, as I'm dragging his body and shoving it into the crypt. I'm just
because you're bad at them doesn't mean they're not good.
I will have you know. I'm he's about to pick a fight and just no, focus on the job at hand. You got this, Finny.
Oh, he's done, hon. He's so done as I'm driving heel into him.
And I make sure I even take the time to fold his arms like a corpse, as I've seen on TV. And then you see this the fingers flex and then push the stone back over the crypt. And
for some fun flavor, I've written names of the scorned lovers that he drowned, that he killed, carved into his body.
Oh yeah, I like that. I would also love it if the tomb filled up with water, just of its own kind of curse or something, and then the water just kind of started to run down the sides as the lid was put on it. And then at this point, as I have definitely. I feel like I've accepted my complicated place in this world. Mm-hmm. And that's when the snakeskin starts to slough off me and it reveals my pale, perfect alabaster skin. And then my crimson flaming hair reappears on my head.
Wow.
Nice.
Seems like it was good for you.
Having just killed your brother, I mean, what are you feeling now? Is this relief? What is this?
Well, I am thinking of my next really good lie. Because, yeah, Ferdy's not coming home tonight. And I'll have to figure out and try to tell my dad what I was doing. And I'm sure I have an alibi laying around somewhere.
Audience looks at Hob.
Or me.
Or Cat.
Well, I mean, the rumors are already true.
Yeah. So now what?
And I think I say, Cat, there's something that I neglected to tell you. And then I look over at the bushes and I signal for Hob to come out.
Yeah, I think Hob comes out.
Hey, Hob.
He's got his flip phone out. It's obvious that he's recording this.
What are you doing with that phone, Hob?
Well, I figured I would make a little record of what happened here. What? Actually, yeah, that's a good question. What happened here?
Justice.
And I walk over to Hob and I close my fingers around the hand that is holding the phone. I don't take the phone. I just say, you wanted to know what you meant to me, Hob. And this is what you meant to me. There's only so much room in the Ellenham family, and I've just made you a place. It's what you wanted, right? I say, so that the camera and the recording picks it up.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to be. I wanted to be with you. It didn't mean you gotta go kill somebody.
He'd already killed so many people. As Kat said, it was justice.
I mean, that don't really quite give you the right to be judge, jury, and executioner.
But you see, we're here at Artemisia, so it kind of does.
But I mean, what are you going to tell your dad?
I'll think of something. All he needs to focus on is now he has his heir.
I mean, at least where I come from, we count all the cows when they come into the barn, and when he ain't see all his cows come in, he's gonna be mighty worried.
Well, this cow is a teenager with hormones that run rampant.
It wouldn't be the first time Ferdy stayed out for days on end without coming home. I'm sure my dad won't bat an eye, at least until next Monday.
So yeah, and like Kat's gonna get up close. Honestly, Hob, what are you so worried about?
What am I worried about? Y'all just killed a boy.
Hob, you were here this entire time.
You could have stopped us.
Yeah, you watched.
You didn't warn him. You
I
didn't try to stop him. You didn't seem to mind so much when I was helping you fight Percy.
mean, you only helped a little bit, all right? I mean, I whooped that boy.
Of course you did, with all that farm boy strength.
Yeah, farm boy strength. I picked more crops than you ever seen.
That's probably true. I don't really care about being landlocked. I like it where it's wetter.
Finny slithers behind you and puts a hand on your chest from behind and basically says, Hob, you need to stop fighting this. You know this is what you wanted all along.
And Kat's reaching up, stroking your cheek, is looking in your eyes.
I mean, maybe y'all are right. Maybe this is all my fault. Maybe I killed him.
She does the finger to the lips. Shh. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
But then what am I supposed to think about?
She's totally trying to distract you by turning you on.
Yeah, so is Finny. So yeah. How do we roll for a threesome?
Finny, you've got the higher hot. Go ahead and roll for turn him on.
I was gonna do two-faced, so it's the same.
Whichever you'd like, then.
It doesn't matter.
I got the 10. So.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I was also willing to burn as many strings as
you have so many. I have one. But so yeah. So you get a string on him, then he chooses one before we even deal with my roll.
I mean, I think I give myself to you. I think that's entirely. Yeah, I mean, you have gaslit poor Hob to the point that yes, he is holding himself responsible for this death.
All right, so let's see how my roll ends up.
And I think if you guys think it makes sense, I'm going to trigger excuses are my armor, because I'm ignoring the fact that you totally did just murder your brother, and it's my fault.
It's a huge warning sign. Red flags.
Yep. Well, I guess Finny's your lover again. That's the main important thing, right?
Was he never not?
Well, he broke up with you and said what's your face was, right?
Doesn't mean he wasn't still in love with me.
Yeah, I got an 11 total, so I you know what? I take a string on you, and you don't really have many conditions. I don't want to harm you, so you got to think of a condition that's not fascinated, because that's just going to happen anyway, probably.
Indoctrinated.
That's perfect. Because now we got to deal with the threesome.
Yeah, I think we can just go to black as you have a threesome within spitting distance of your brother's corpse. Because
He's not dead yet. He has to starve to death first. So he heard it.
He's drowning, I guess.
and I think as an
Oh.
honorary family member, Katerina, I think you technically did accomplish the the family's goals. So go ahead and take an extra XP for that.
All right, yeah, XP. I helped our
And
family member.
at the end of the second session, go ahead and just take an advancement, just as like a for next time.
So we should deal with the sex moves. Finny, we both already have it, so it doesn't matter for you. So mostly, but we're both going to end up dark as self next session, so because that's the mortal sex move, basically.
I mean, this is just going to keep escalating.
Yeah. The difference is you get another string on me because of having sex with me. So we get another string on each other. You're already fascinated, so that didn't change. But now Hob is also fascinated and gets a string on me, as well as me getting a string on him.
Yeah. Huh. When that person has sex with someone else, they lose a string on you. But I think the threesome it counts.
At the same time, so
yeah. Okay. And yeah, you've already got the serpentine effect. So now you just both go into your darkest selves because of Hob.
Pretty much, yeah. Once he takes his eyes off us, which is probably going to be like quick. Like
next session is next session. We're gonna have 3 players in their darkest selves. That's gonna be special.
I mean, honestly, like Andrew's gonna get back and he's gonna walk into the room like it's gonna be on fire. And he's gonna be like, "What happened?"
All right, I'm taking the Fanatics move. Since so many people are fascinated.
All right. Feel free to take some time to pick your next advancement if you want. And I think this is a good scene to end on. So I can turn off the recording and we can do the Stars and Wishes.
Yeah, and I did level up there again, or took an advancement, so I took Entrenched.
Nice.
So,
that makes sense, given all the strings.
Yeah. I think Hob is a bit entrenched.
And I took the New Order, so when I meet my needs within human society rather than my family, I can mark experience. Although, I have a human to meet my needs.
I can just make you all go into a crazy riot, so because you're all fanatics now.
Nice.